We've got Twitch streamers supporting terrorists, promoting terrorist propaganda, and joining riots in LA. All before GTA 6. We all know who I'm talking about. It's Hamas bin Laden baby oil Diddy Piker. So Hasan Diddy Piker was banned on Twitch, and it is for the most ironic reason ever. He was not banned on Twitch despite glorifying terrorists, playing terrorist propaganda videos, and so on. But the one time he actually criticized an attack, he was banned instantly.
Hello. If you're watching this, that means I just got banned.
I mean, I just need the stuff that Twitch mods are smoking, cause they seem to be on another multiverse. So a shooting took place at the Israeli embassy in DC, which claimed the lives of 2 innocent people. Hasan was covering the news, and while he did try to criticize the shooting, he did say some seemingly positive stuff about the shooter. He also tried to portray this horrible incident as a false flag operation. Basically, he said that it was staged.
But like I'm not Mr. False Flag at all, but like every single thing that he did in the aftermath of the shooting is so fucking crazy that it's like you could not have fucking designed a incident like this. You could not have designed a better false flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that. I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken.
Genuine in his actions, but a little brain broken. Hasan, the only brain broken person here is you. Show me one thing genuine about his actions and I'll give you Glug Glug 9000 better than the Twitch mods. Hasan read the shooter's manifesto and was somewhat critical of it, but according to Twitch policies, even showing an extremist manifesto can get you banned. Here's the statement that Twitch put out, and I am sure Dan Clancy was crying while putting this out. The reason they gave is improper handling of terrorist propaganda. Hasan made a video next day talking about the ban.
If you're watching this, that means I just got banned. I covered the motives of the Israeli embassy staff shooter, which apparently, according to Twitch terms of service, dictates a suspension, even if I critically examine the manifesto, which is precisely what I did. The reason why I read this is specifically so that you understand that like there is a shit ton of people that are like, no, this is the shooter's actions were directly about finding some Jewish victim to kill. Okay, it's deliberate. It's clear what his reasoning is. You don't have to agree with what he did, and I'm not urging you to.
I'm not urging you to subscribe, but if you want to, you can. What kind of logic is he using here? He literally has to tell his chat not to agree with the shooter, because they were literally spamming hearts for the shooter. How the hell does taking lives of 2 people in America,
wait for it,
help save Palestine? Isn't that something you're against of? Taking innocent lives? Hasan bin Laden baby oil Diddy Piker then finds a way to blame the media for not defending the shooter. You cannot make this up. Like,
I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
Saying that at all, but it is deliberate. Ask yourself why the media is not saying that the shooter did this because they were distraught with the violence that they had seen unfolded in Gaza.
So Big Brain Hasan is basically saying that the shooter hated violence so much that the only solution he found was to become violent.
Now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Violence in Gaza does not give you a free pass to shoot people in America. Imagine having to explain this to people in big 2025.
Now, the reason why I had critically examined the manifesto of the Israeli embassy staff shooter was because there was a lot of misinformation taking place, as is the case usually online whenever there's a breaking news story. This is what I do. A big part of what I do is holding people's hands through the news media process by allowing them to think critically and helping them understand media literacy.
Oh yeah, the one thing I like about Hasan is that he will hold your hand carefully and guide you through all the facts and lead you directly to misinformation. By the way, this is the same guy who said that he supports the Houthis 10 toes f***ing down.
I believe what the Houthis are doing is a good thing. 10 toes f***ing down.
17 Filipino crew held hostage on a ship seized by the Houthis. Hasan was even called out on CNN for his extremist views, and his reaction to this was just pure arrogance.
All of us need to call it out. I'm thinking about the New York Times doing a gauzy profile a few weeks ago of this gamer, Hasan Piker.
Wait. Did I just hear Ball Dunk calling Hasan a gamer? Sir, on behalf of all the gamers, I'm gonna sue you for defamation, mental harm, bodily fluids harm, and terrorism. He is not one of us.
Hasan Piker, who regularly employs awful genocidal rhetoric against Jewish people in the Jewish state.
This is slander through and through. I do not apply awful genocidal language towards Jewish people.
Hasan, I have something for you. And it's called the cap. Hasan is on record for saying that it doesn't matter who you are, but if you have ever displayed any type of support for Israel, you should be treated like a rabid neo-Nazi. Let's apply some logic here. People who support Israel are mostly Jews, and Hasan has told us to treat them like Nazis. Well, isn't that just a little bit contradicting? According to the history, of course, Hasan reacted to a tweet calling him out for saying that the shooter's action was genuine. He tried so hard, but ended up contradicting himself.
Breaking. Hasan Piker, hailed by the New York Times as the future of progressivism, tells his audience that the DC attack might have been a false flag, then immediately says the guy was genuine with his actions. This is glorification of terrorism. Now, these two things, these two statements here, are at odds with one another. But what's actually even crazier is that this is a 37-second video that is attached to this statement. Let's take a look at that 37-second video. But like I'm not Mr. False Flag at all, but like every single thing that he did in the aftermath of the shooting is so fucking crazy that it's like you could not have fucking designed a incident like this. You could not have designed a better false flag incident like this. I'm not saying it is a false flag incident at all. I'm not saying that. I think this is just a one dude who is genuine in his actions and maybe, you know, a little bit brain broken. Okay. Most people that retweeted this didn't even actually watch the video to see whether or not it actually matched up with what this person was saying.
Rash, come here. Is he kind of dumb? The guy tweeted, Hasan Piker says, shooter was genuine in his actions. Well, that's exactly what you said, Hasan. And yes, you didn't say that it was a false flag operation, but the implication was very strong. Hasan blamed everyone but himself for getting banned on Twitch. This time, it was CNN host Jake Tapper.
Stated, Hasan Piker, star of Amazon's Twitch, says the attack sure looks like a perfect false flag. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The guy was genuine with his actions. How fucking absolutely gross is it that this is currently being streamed right now to 40,000 people? Then it turned into this. Hasan Piker, hailed by the New York Times, the future of progressivism, tells his audience that the DC attack might have been a false flag. And yet, here is Jake Tapper retweeting this. So I guess Jake Tapper, one of the most important members of the media, who just came out with a book talking about how the media narratives did not match up with what the people were seeing in terms of Joe Biden's senility, is still doing ridiculous things like this. It doesn't make any sense. But of course, all of that pressure inevitably led to Twitch taking this action. I had covered manifestos in the past on my broadcast. None of those manifestos actually met the same level of scrutiny. This one did. And I don't believe this one did exclusively because it was about Israel. I think this manifesto was simply used as an opportunity to try to get me banned by gaming the terms of service. I did not think I was going to get suspended, but I'll take it.
Dude, you were banned for a single day. Get over it already. And yes, I do agree that this time, the level of scrutiny was a bit more. And I also agree that he should have been banned a long time ago when he used to stream terrorist propaganda videos on his Twitch. XQC said that when Twitch wants to ban a big streamer, they usually ask the streamer what day and time would they like to get banned. Hasan takes Sunday off, and that's when he was banned. You know society is cooked when French Canadians start to make sense. We all know that Hasan cannot live without slandering Asmongold every chance he gets.
Black fatigue? Oh yeah. Asmongold is entertaining the new meta of black fatigue, which is like, I'm sorry, the lamest way to be a white supremacist.
While Asmongold is constantly proving Hasan wrong.
Actually embarrassing. Like, what is this? This is crazy.
You just can't openly be racist. You have to just be like, oh, I just have black fatigue.
This is exactly why black fatigue is a thing. Black fatigue isn't a thing. Why are you literally just lying?
All hail the Roach King as he comes out on top every single time. Hasan has always tried to portray Asmongold as an ultra-racist white guy.
India had Gandhi. It's the country of peace and harmony. Asmongold had a fairly balanced take. Dude, Asmongold would literally laugh at you being ethnically if you're Indian, okay? He thinks brown are inferior. What the are you talking about?
Yeah, I highly doubt that. The amount of support Asmongold gets from Asian countries is insane. I watch Asmongold streams, and I don't think he's racist at all.
Asmongold on top. Bro, Asmongold thinks dudes that look like you should perish from the national borders of this country. He's like, Asmongold be like, you're close enough in San Diego. Might as well move to the other side of the border. And
Hasan claims to be a journalist. Well, why doesn't he prove his claims? If Asmongold is really a racist, he'll get banned for life. All your problems will be gone, Hasan. Just do that.
you know, what pain has Asmon caused, though, to be honest?
What pain?
What do you mean? He's the largest political content creator, and he has created a dangerous environment for trans people, for people.
You might not know this, but if a trans person watches my stream for more than 30 minutes, they die. That's right. It is very, very dangerous.
People of every different kind of background.
That's right.
Promoting the Trump administration and bringing it here to a private space. Like,
Oh wait, Twitch is a space? But the last time I checked, it was a public streaming platform. Hasan is basically saying that only his opinion is peaceful, while any other person's is plain dangerous and should be banned. Let's check how peaceful Hasan's opinions really are. He supports the Houthis 10 toes down.
I believe what the Houthis are doing is a good thing. 10 toes fucking down.
Well, let's see what the Houthis do to gay people. They unalive them. That's it. Being gay is a criminal act, according to the Houthis.
My normalization of progressive values.
Right. My normalization is about all of the good things, and his normalization is about all of the bad things. Right? Because this
Does not actually end up causing harm to others. You know?
really? So the normal. I wonder, what about those Filipinos that got taken hostage by the Houthis? Supporting them. What about the people in Yemen that hate the Houthis because they're an oppressive paramilitary organization that is terrorists, and they're not even supported by the majority of the people there? Hasan saying that he 10 toes down supports an organization that, you know, has reportedly had sex slaves. They dissenters, they try to attack ships, they take random people hostage. Geez, I wonder which one's worse.
Is Hasan really that dumb, or he does this on purpose? I mean, if it's on purpose, then good for him. He's built an audience which is equally as crazy as he is. Hasan then cries about his dropping views and blames it on time. Yeah, he literally blames it on time.
Hasan, his view count is
It just like cooks. Why is the view count so low? What's going on? I started early today, and when you start early, it just like cooks. I've trained my audience to basically watch me after 11 a.m. Instead, I started at 10, which implies that it probably doesn't send out notifications to many people. Many people on Twitch.
That is the worst Trump impersonation I've ever seen. If I was that bad, which I am, I wouldn't even do it. Dude, train his audience to watch after 11. Hasan, these are people, not dogs you potty train. Asmongold then talks about the fall in ad revenue on Twitch and how streamers with radical views are responsible for it.
Problems that are caused for the entire website, never actually covered by real PR, and it's just the sweatiest fucking losers on Twitter that get mad.
Then explain why Twitch changed the advertising revenue algorithms and why people are reporting lower ad revenue by a massive amount. Is he really going to say that he doesn't have any part to play in Twitch losing advertising revenue, or are we really trying to play this game? Really? That's crazy.
Okay? And the one this central committee is, they barely know who the I am, okay? And the ones who know who the I am in mainstream media obviously understand that, like, I'm a controversial figure, but ultimately a force for good, a force for progressive
Of course, everybody knows that I'm on the right side.
Twitch is allowing Asmongold to run rampant, to run his fucking dirty ass dick all up and down the goddamn platform, saying the most insane shit.
I don't think that anything that I'm saying is really that extreme at all. In my opinion, I think Hasan is much more of an extremist than I.
Asmongold is extreme, says the guy who interviewed a Houthi pirate while his chat spammed hearts non-stop.
He constantly says that he's above the slop and above the drama, but somehow he knows about all of it. Isn't that interesting?
That is so true. Like, if you really don't care about that, how are you all caught up?
Asmongold does cause real PR problems. Let's look at Asmongold on the news side. All we wanted to do was play video games. Streamers such as Asmongold have more influence than ever. What are they really saying?
I love how he pulls it up and it immediately disproves his point. This is a positive post. This is a positive post. This was a negative article. This is a positive post. Another positive post. Asmongold searches past Kaizenat. This is another positive post.
Websites, and it doesn't matter.
Another positive post.
Let's look up Hasan Piker, okay? And I'll tell you what's negative PR for the fucking platform and what's positive PR for the platform. So, New York Post saying Hasan Piker back on Twitch after being...
Read the third one.
New York Post is not a reputable outlet.
We live in a world where all news outlets should get their certification from Hamas baby oil Diddy Piker. I mean, how can you write a negative article about Hasan? It's obviously fake.
Accusations! These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
Why the f would he do it on stream, bro? It's so embarrassing. Hasan was allegedly stopped at the airport for questioning. According to him, Asmongold and other slop tubers were behind his detention. Personally, I agree with Hasan, as everyone knows the power Roach King holds over the government. Asmongold, being the right-wing extremist he is, got Trump elected and told him to detain Hasan. That's what happened, guys, and if you don't believe this, you also are an extremist, fascist, and all of the other words that are trending right now.
Yeah, Crash Out, it's Asmongold's fault I got detained. What is this? So is Hasan blaming me that he got detained at the airport? Yeah, guys, I made the call.
And I was shocked. Were unironically brought up in that fucking conversation. The Houthi.
Yeah, guys, it just sucks when you interview a literal terrorist whose slogan is death to America and get questioned by the feds. Happens to me every time, guys. It really sucks.
Gotten me arrested is insane. And I genuinely, in that moment, was thinking like, these dumbass slop tubers are actually playing with fire. And I even thought...
Really? Playing with fire? Okay.
Thought about not even mentioning this.
He thought about not mentioning it, but tweeted about it immediately. He even kept retweeting people talking about this. So what's your point here, gamer boy?
Of this gamer, Hasan Piker.
The reality of the matter is, 100%, the Trump administration is working with a lot of these dipshits.
That's right. I made the call yesterday when Hasan wasn't in the country. He was in France or whatever. And I was like, Donald, all right, we've got our chance. He's going to be coming back in a day or so. So just, yeah.
Dipshits are playing a formative role in getting people in trouble with the law.
Getting in trouble with the law. Well, that's what happens when you support terrorists, you absolute moron. I'd agree with Hasan sometimes, but then we'd both be wrong. You guys know how animals leave pheromones to attract potential mates. Well, Hasan is attracted to terrorism and violence in the exact same way. So there's been ongoing riots in LA. And guess what side Hasan is on? I know it's an easy guess, but still. Yes, he's with the rioters who are throwing bricks at police cars, looting stores, and burning stuff on the road. So basically, these LA riots started out as protests, but then took a violent turn. The administration wanted to deport illegal immigrants, and people were protesting this. These protests turned into full-blown riots, and now Trump is sending the National Guard to deal with them. Asmongold reacted to these riots logically, and well, Hasan is always opposite of logic and reasoning.
That's not peaceful, what was happening. It's not peaceful for people to be on the highways. It's not peaceful for people to throw rocks or bottles. That's not peaceful.
So she said it's not peaceful. Even she says that. I think it's pretty impressive that they managed to blame the fact that all of their citizens are totally schizoing out, setting cars on fire. They're trying to blame that on Donald Trump. And the fact is that none of these people are ever being held accountable.
Holding people accountable for their actions? In big 2025? Yeah, I'm gonna report you for hate speech, actually.
Whoa, gay.
Hasan almost got banned for filming a crime. I mean, realistically, Hasan getting on the highway like that should get him banned. It's not even a question. It's very cleanly and plainly stated in terms of service that if you commit a crime and you're breaking the law on stream, you should get banned.
Hasan Piker would get banned if Dan Clancy came out of his gooning streak and paid attention to his company. Next up, Hasan admits that these rioters and criminals are all his fans.
I wonder there's so many federal agents in my fucking chat, dude. It's like half of the protest is hasanabi.
But been watching you for years. Love you. Can I take a picture of you?
Of course. Nice to meet you, man.
And then we wonder why Twitch ad revenue is decreasing so much. Hasan then calls out Asmongold to join him in the riots.
Bro, he's out there. He's out there talking about me.
Hopefully one day we'll see the largest political commentator, Asmongold, out here in the streets, you know, for protesting, for, I don't know, making...
Okay, sure. I'll go with the National Guard to arrest everybody who's standing in the highway.
Arresting rioters in this economy? Yeah guys, Asmongold is done. I'ma call more Pegasus to make a video. Sir, the people are throwing bricks at us. Well, Are they throwing them peacefully? I really believe that Hasan and Asmongold were in a secret relationship few years back. Hasan literally thinks about Asmongold all the time. I mean, just kiss each other at this point. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please like the like button, subscribe the subscribe button, and support me, girl. I don't want to do this in front of a green screen.